morning, guys. Having to run into town because laptop is locked. We just got yesterday. It's a kid-free day. No,
beautiful day.
rainy day. Foggy day. But so we're gonna go have some breakfast, some alone time.
Breakfast station.
They have this is it Captain Crunch?
It's like a French toast with cinnamon.
Toast Crunch.
It's phenomenal. And they deep fry it.
It's really sweet too. So if you're not
Into sweet stuff,
don't.
I would still try it, but if you're really not into sweet stuff, don't use syrup.
Yeah, it's actually really good without syrup. But I'm just in the mood for bacon and eggs.
And they have a really good skillet there too. I normally can't finish all of it. So if you're ever in the Florida area, I don't know how far breakfast station goes, but
We've seen a couple in Tampa. There's one in Brooksville, Spring Hill. They're all over they're not all over the place. They're in like certain areas. And it's just a small little sit-in.
and they're normally really quick with getting you sat and getting you served. We're normally in and out in like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So good service, nice people, good sweet tea. You're into that.
It's like any place you get good sweet tea. You can get a day where they forgot to change out the tea after night or something, and you can get sour tea. Most of the time you get pretty good sweet tea.
If you really like it, you can buy gallons of it. They sell it by a gallon.
They do that. But
And mimosas.
And mimosas. But most of the time with tiny RVs, you can't put a gallon in there because
Ain't got no room.
ain't got no room. I do get a gallon of milk a week because the kids like drinking milk.
And then about halfway through the week, we have to get more milk. Hopefully we can use all that because I forgot that the radio was playing. Copyright and whatnot. But yeah, we're gonna try to take you along for the ride today and see what we do when we don't have kids that we can show on YouTube.
I have to get more creamer. Coffee creamer. I'm out of my peppermint mocha, which I've been going through it. Normally I like savor it during the cold months, but I haven't found the big old thing they normally do. It's normally at Sam's Club. And maybe see if we can find a couple of Christmas gifts for the tinies. I have no idea where we're gonna hide it.
But that's something with our journey is we want to show you. This is our first year. We've been doing this, what, 2 months?
Yep.
3 months now. In an RV, we want to kind of show you that, hey, it's not always, hey, you got a bunch of money. We don't have much money. I'm a full-time AC technician. I work in Orlando. What we got's what we got. If we don't have it, we don't have it. We don't do anything too fancy when winter hits because it's slow for AC. Especially here in Florida when it's 73 degrees going into December. So this year it's waiting for my job to give a Christmas bonus, and then we'll see where we're at with that. So
Now if you're wondering where White Night is, because like we said, we only brought one truck with us. White Knight is actually, Cameron got permission from his boss to park White Knight in their...
At my work, in the fence, with cameras and fencing and everything.
So White Knight is
Safe.
But we're using Toothless because of his tow mirrors.
Literally the only reason.
Literally the only reason we use Toothless. If he had it his way, we would be using his truck. That's his baby.
But we do have plans in the future to trade both trucks in once we get them paid down a bit. And upgrade White Knight 2.0 into White Knight 3.0. Get a dually. Though I haven't decided whether I want to get a Dodge for the Cummins or stick with GM, get the Allison transmission. Let me know down in the comments what you think. Which one would be the best all-around truck, reliable, and able to pull pretty much whatever we need to pull. Let us know.
We are big Chevy GMC fans, but for the safety of hauling or pulling, we would go to Dodge. Please no Fords. Please.
Because in case y'all didn't know, which I don't think we've ever discussed this, we drive a Chevy 1500.
Two Chevy 1500s.
Our RV is 36 feet 11 inches, so 37 feet, and is right at the top end, if not slightly over
what our truck can pull.
So moving days are a little hairy. We have the weight distribution, we have the sway control.
Always consult your RV specialist or their parts department before you try taking your RV home.
Because where we messed up, we went to an RV dealership, we were looking at RVs, and I was at work at the time.
And I was having to do all the paperwork, and I asked, can my truck tow this? Do I need anything special? My RV specialist that I was working with was new, so she did not know.
But she said, she looked it up, she's like, yes, your truck can tow this. But it wasn't until after we signed all the paperwork and weren't able to add anything to the loan that they're like, oh yeah, you need this weight distribution and tow package, it's gonna cost another $1,000. Well, like I said, we're going into winter. We didn't have the money, and at the time, we had been evicted from the house. We were living in a tent and sleeping in the back of my tonneau cover of White Knight. So at this point, we were kind of just fed up with all the bugs and being hot. So, hey, we just need something with 4 walls and a roof. So, yeah. But make sure whenever you go to buy an RV, you don't have to get big fancy. You just want to try it out. Try renting RVs. There's plenty of websites, plenty of apps and everything else in the day of sharing where you can rent an RV and take a week off. Call everybody that you normally live with and check it out. Go out to your local state park. They're normally pretty cheap. And then if you can handle the compactness and the spacing and everything else, save up some money, put a decent down payment on an RV, and go. You don't have to get a big truck right off the bat. It's helpful because if you got a small truck, like a little S10 or Colorado Canyon, you can still pull, but you're not going to be able to get anything big, anything with space. And we tried when we lived in Texas with an RV, and we didn't have a truck. We were calling a company or friends to move us site to site, and it was just too small. It was too small. It had the island. We're not big fans of having an island in the kitchen because it really constricts the space, and if it's already a tight space as it is, why make it smaller?
kind of do look forward to it when we upgrade, because there are future plans to upgrade our trailer into a fifth wheel. I look forward to having bigger space, and hopefully, like some of them are coming now with like these little coffee bar stations. I'm looking forward to that because coffee is life. And I know I mentioned it before, but we drink Black Rifle coffee, the calf.
Double the caffeine.
Double the caffeine.
And it's not as bitter as some of those other coffees out there that are super caffeinated and everything else. You could still drink a black, couple things of sugar, couple tablespoons of sugar, and you're good. That's normally how I drink it, but with Keurig it comes out so hot, and with a Yeti cup it stays hot for a very, very long time. So instead of watering it down with a bunch of ice cubes, normally I'll throw in some creamer just to kind of cool it off so I can drink it on my way to work. I typically have about 45 minutes to an hour drive to work, and then because we don't have much work in Orlando, sometimes they take me out to Tampa. Well, that ends up being about another hour to 2 hour drive. Anyone familiar with Florida knows I-4 between Tampa and Orlando, absolute nightmare with traffic.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 do not recommend taking I-4.
No. If you can avoid it, avoid it. But most of the time, you cannot avoid it. And he will probably mention like a million times in these videos that I have a Yeti cup addiction.
Yeah, how many do you need?
I need all of them.
And she has about all of them. Every size, every lid.
I did get this one made last year for my sister's birthday. It does, our kids watch Disney Channel all the time, and I used to watch it as a kid. There's a show called Liv and Maddie that it says, sisters by chance, friends by choice. Me and my sister, that is like 4 years younger than me, have a really strong connection. She has 3 kids, and her oldest is about the age of my youngest, and then she has twins. But we got this cup made because Toothless is my favorite little character, because I'm obsessed, as you know, my dog's name is Toothless, and she is obsessed with Stitch. Well, my daughter is also obsessed with Stitch, along with my half-sister. So it's easy shopping for them for Christmas, because all I gotta do is go to one of these Disney stores and there's a crap ton of Stitch. But I've tried creating things with a Cricut he bought me. I bought one for myself with money my grandmother sends me every year for my birthday. I bought one, and while we happened to go to Walmart in the clearance, and the new Cricut,
I think it's 3
Explorer 3, and we just happened to go there like in the middle of the night, and they had just put it out there, like they were stocking the shelves with clearance items. Brand new Cricut.
Right, left, right.
$150? Yes, your turn. So I've got this couple little things for Christmas I'm gonna create. Probably make a couple of tags for the trucks and the RV.
We're gonna try and get out more. If you happen to see this and you see us at a park, don't hesitate to say hi. We're all new to this. We're one family. We're just trying to get through this crazy thing called life.
Yeah.
So she's gonna try to make some vinyl for Toothless and for the RV with our YouTube channel on there. So if you happen to see us on the road or see us at a park, stop by, say hi. normally we'll say hi back, and maybe we'll have a cookout or try and do something fun. And if you got kids, especially little girls that don't have any friends in the area and you see us around, trust me, our girls would love to go out and play. They love making friends. So we're still getting into homeschooling. That'll start in January. But we'll see. If you see us, say hi. And comment below what you do with your kids as far as living in an RV, how you keep them entertained and keep them from pulling your hair out.
Oh, trust me. My oldest, we take her to One Book's a Million, and now she wants to turn into her mommy, and she wants a bunch of books for Christmas and some clothes. But our youngest two are all up on the iPads, wanting to play on the iPads or electronics, and I'm not about that. I don't want them on there constantly.
We're both kind of old school and miss the ways of go outside and play. But here in Florida with the rain and everything else, there's some days where
Can't go outside.
that's just not a thing. And when you living in a 37-foot RV, it's like, it's a little crowded. And everyone's getting a little cabin fever. We gotta figure out how to break that fever. We've tried getting some coloring books, but pretty sure they're to the point of there's only so much coloring we can do, Mom.
Yeah. Also, if you're giving directions to your husband, say them out loud. Don't just point.
Because I think she's trying to show me a bird. Hey, look, a squirrel!
Squirrel!
Well, am I supposed to turn or is it a squirrel? I don't know.
Oh!
These are the struggles.
So, we're gonna go inside real quick and grab breakfast and stuff, and then we will start back up. I may even show you the food that we get.
To be determined.
To be determined.
If it's too good, then we won't stop.
Probably. So this is what we had for breakfast. Cameron did end up getting a skillet. I got the eggs and bacon and a biscuit. It was really good.
Nice
Cameron was actually able to finish the whole
breakfast.
skillet this time.
We're gonna put a clip of that, of what we ordered. But we gotta do a voiceover because they had their music going and copyright and whatnot. There's the Propos on a mission. Save the day.
There's State Trooper. Oh, the laptop is gonna take a minute. It's gonna take about 5 hours.
They said originally it's only gonna take a couple hours. We'll get everything wiped so you can use it as a brand new laptop. But then they said when we brought it in, oh, it could take 5 hours or it could take overnight. We don't know. Yay. Speed bump. Nailed it.
So if you ever get a laptop that's used, make sure before you leave the store
that you can sign into your Apple ID without anything popping up crazy.
because apparently we got on the end of they just fired somebody and she was very disgruntled.
So she logged in to her Apple ID and all these laptops and then left. So anyone that tries to buy them, well, it's sending the verification code to her phone, which is an iPhone 8, and I don't know too many people out there with an iPhone 8.
No.
That's new.
Considering we both have iPhone 12s I still have my iPhone 11 that my daughter uses. Won't be for long. And I know there's people out there that say your 11-year-old shouldn't have a phone. I've seen people give their 6-year-old a phone. But her phone is just for, she goes to school and she goes back. And it gets plugged in as soon as she gets home. So really, getting an old school flip phone would work just fine for her.
Still on my mind.
Yeah. But we kind of forgot that we do have Brylan. Her birthday is next week.
I'll say it's coming up quick.
Yep. We do gotta get some gifts. No, her one wish, her one thing that she is begging us for is a mermaid tail. She wants a mermaid tail. And luckily Amazon is running a sale on those.
I don't think you have to whisper. We're the only ones in the truck.
Yeah. Make sure Brylan doesn't watch this video until after her birthday.
Yeah.
Our kids like to go back and get on our iPads or our phones, and they like to watch the videos. And apparently we're going to a store that is dangerous for this man right here.
Gotta go to the toy store.
It's not a toy store.
Not for you.
No. The toy store for me will be puppies. Or books. Books. Now, as you've seen in my overhead cabinet, I do have a bunch of books from my favorite author.
Who we've gotten to sign and has used our children's names for inspiration.
Well, she asked what our kids' names were. She already has one that she already uses, but she likes to use, like, get inspiration for names, so, you know. But she's really, really good. I'll see if I can put a link in the description to her books, but they are really good. The ones I read, he will call smut books. But she does have some that she writes with her daughter that are like a Percy Jackson, Harry Potter crossover, is what she said. And I have one of the books. I have not read it yet. I bought it for my daughter. But I need to read it because Bailey said it was okay. Bailey doesn't know. She just started reading books like me. But I just bought the Aragon series, which is bugging my dad. I haven't picked up one yet because I was trying to catch up on a series. But got any books that you suggest that are... I like the Shifter, the MC, any books.
Or books for the children.
Or books for the kids.
What do your kids like to read?
Yeah. Bailey's into Harry Potter. He's gonna see about maybe getting her Percy Jackson, her interest in Percy Jackson, but that's what she wants for Christmas. She wants books. She wants all the Harry Potters. She has one Harry Potter and it's packed away right now. But most books we buy are on my Kindle app, which is hard for her to get onto the Kindle app because I have so many books on there and she has to go through my books. But he doesn't read that many books, and if he does, it's all a bit about HVAC. But apparently we're gonna go into Lowe's. At least it's not Home Depot.
See you in a bit.
Home Depot has Milwaukee. He loves Milwaukee. Lowe's does not. Okay guys, that was a short little trip inside Lowe's. Got some...
Go ahead, say it. Doohickeys.
doohickeys, whatchamacallits, as Ariel would say. He's got thingamabobs and whatchamacallits. Trying to make it to where the RV...
Got some eye bolts. Seen the thing on the YouTubes, and I want to try and create it myself. Basically, you get some 2x6s, and the eye bolts go on the bottom, and then you ratchet strap the bottom, put it up against the RV frame, and it helps stabilize the RV so it doesn't rock so much when the dogs are running around or the kids are thumping. Just trying to make it more solid.
Now we're gonna run back to the RV to make sure Lana didn't bust out of her kennel, because we've had the wire kennels.
Right.
Yes. We've had the wire kennels, and she literally ripped the front end out and was able to stick her head out and then wormed the rest of her body out. Now we've had these big old plastic crates for them for like a year, and with moving around and it getting rained on, kind of rusted, she broke the spring thing. And so we've got her, we have a choke collar for her because she is a puller, but we wrap it in and lock it to where she can't bust out, because even if we have it locked,
we lock it around the front door, so if she breaks out, the chain catches it, so she can't fully escape.
Because she will destroy everything.
That's separation anxiety.
She's been through a lot in her life, and we don't even know all of it, because
all we know is that she was a bomb sniffing dog in the military, and then she passed out. We don't know other than that she went through 5 other families at the shelter before we got her.
And literally, he calls me and was like, hey, there's this dog at the shelter. He couldn't get her at the time, and I happened to be off that day because I was hurt really bad. And so I called them. The shelter closed in 30 minutes. I was an hour and a half away. I called them, and just because they really wanted this dog to have a home, because she had been returned so many times, she stayed there and waited for me. She ended up giving me the kennel that they had for free, just because they wanted this dog to have a nice home. And the longest she's ever had a home was 2 months. Well, going on a year and a half of having her. And she is the best dog. Like, she loves kids.
She tolerates kids.
She tolerates kids. But she's like our youngest daughter's like best friend. Those two are always like snuggled up on the couch, or when we're driving. Yeah. But Mavi, his buddy, hasn't busted out his kennel unless we don't completely latch it, and then he'll just open it up and just jump into his lap. But we're gonna go home, make sure she didn't bust out.
Probably relax until we get a phone call from Aaron saying that the laptop's done or ready or what have you. They were going to try and give us a completely different laptop, but apparently that same disgruntled employee also did.
There's that. Go home, check on Lana, probably relax, read a book, watch some TV if we can. Since we're staying at a state park, they don't have the cable. We only found like what, 4 to 7 channels. Internet's really not that great. It's not bad like some RV parks. It's better than the one we were just at.
So we were at, what was the name of that one?
Lake Magic.
We're at Lake Magic in Claremont, Florida. And there, like, I paid for the Wi-Fi, so you pay like
15.
20, 30 bucks. And the only time I was able to consistently get Wi-Fi was if I was laying on my side of the bed and had my phone up against the wall. I could watch YouTube or Netflix or whatever. But if I moved 2 inches to 6 inches towards the center of the bed where I'm holding in front of my face, it would come in, it'd run for a little bit, 5-10 minutes, and then it would cut out. And then the service there, AT&T, is who we use, was I couldn't even get on and check my my bank account. Something simple. So, and that's one thing we're learning with this lifestyle RVing is internet being kind of crucial in today's society. It's kind of hit and miss in the RV parks. We went and bought the hotspot from AT&T, which when you put it into payments and everything else was like $100 a month onto our bill, but they only give you like
40 gigs of data, and
which basically equates to 1 gig for every hour. So you got 40 hours worth of internet, and then they charge you $10 for 2 gigs after that.
And somehow, like, it just refreshed like a week ago, and somehow I guess one of the kids had knocked it down from where he had it velcroed onto the wall, and they didn't want to get in trouble because it was unplugged, thinking Daddy wanted it plugged up. Well, when they plugged it back up, it restarted it and turned it on. Nobody knew it turned on.
So it's just been running up the bill.
So it ran up all of our gigs, so now we are without that until next month.
How many of y'all remember when you had to pay and you get like 4 gigs of data? You only got so many minutes on your cell phone plan, otherwise you get charged extra.
Well, that's how my parents had me set up on my first cell phone. It was by minutes.
Lord forbid you get a multimedia message on your texting. Whew. I remember that. Good times.
Another second. So, this is also going to be our first Christmas.
See all this? See this? This was Lana. This was Lana in her drool.
You wouldn't think a German Shepherd drools as much as like a Mastiff breed or anything, but this dog, she slobbers all over my windows, all over here. This is because she doesn't, I hate to say it, she does not like people. You have to warm up to her. And so this is her probably barking at a stranger that went by the truck while we ran into the gas station or something.
I put my nose right up against it. They know I'm here.
But
I can smell them through the window.
But the thing is, our windows are on Toothless are so tinted, the only way you're really seeing into the truck is the windshield.
And she's an all black dog, so you're really on all black interior. You won't see her. Hopefully no one ever breaks in the truck when she's in here, because that's going to be a bad day.
She's super, super protective. It's kind of a struggle because even walking her, we have to keep like 30 feet away from anybody.
And then there's Maverick, who will literally, like, he'll bark at some other dogs, but for the most part, he'll jump on you because he's not really learning not to jump. He's stubborn in that fashion. But he'll lick you to death.
If you've ever seen the movie Marley and Me,
prime example
of this, how this dog is. Literally,
sweetest dog ever. Highly destructive, jumps on everything, knocks people over because he doesn't understand his size.
And with the RV, he will sit there and
he gets the zoomies until he realizes, oh, this floor is slippery, and then he will lay down and do the zoomies. We'll try and catch it one of these days of him doing zoomies on the floor, but it's like, bud, just stop.
he's an absolute sweetheart, but it can be a little much in a small
tiny little space. So normally when we get him out, it's outside or everyone else is calm, and then we'll let him out.
But Lana has to be in the other room or she starts to play.
And they both start playing, and then it's absolute chaos in the RV.
And Lana is like really, she's old, so if he gets a hair up his booty and starts playing really rough and jumps off the couch, he's gonna hurt her. And she's gonna like break a hip or something. But go back to the RV. My phone may not work over there, so I don't know how much filming I'm gonna get over there. So
The filming you can get. It's just the upload.
I'm hungry again.
Should I eat more?
Alright, well, we're gonna get home. The road is going to be super bumpy, so I'm just gonna stop right here and we'll get back on here when we go to get the laptop. Alright guys, got a call from Aaron's saying that the MacBook is done, so we're gonna go get that. It's gonna take us about 20 minutes to get there. Yay. I'm by myself because Cameron decided to stay home with the dogs because Lana made a mess. So we had to hose her off, give her a bath, and clean up the RV because small space. Dog has a accident in there. It's gonna stink. So I got my air fresheners going. So I had to move the guinea pig because guinea pigs can't be around the air fresheners. And Maverick's just chilling out with Cameron. Now we're trying to teach Maverick that he can't be on the bed because he will just sit there and try to play, and we don't want him playing in bed. Whereas Lana, she gets in bed and she just lays down. We're waiting to teach Maverick that he can't sit there and just jump and start playing. Laying on the bed it's bedtime. You just lay there and relax, and so it's work in progress. So I will see you after I get the laptop. So see you soon. Alrighty, got the laptop. Heading back to our campsite, our RV site, to be with the hubby. Maybe I can talk him into making me supper. I ended up having pizza rolls for supper last night because, you know, child at heart. So go home, get some editing done, and I will see you there.
Hey everyone, it's been a bit of a hectic day. Just got back, finally uploaded the video we recorded today, got it all cut up, and y'all should be seeing this shortly. We'll see you next time. Just remember to like, comment, subscribe, and if you have any suggestions, tips, tricks, make sure you leave a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one.
Bye guys.